Let's go ahead and take a live look now over Fiserv Forum this morning. The Bucks are back in town tonight to take on the Western Conference leading Denver Nuggets. And it's Pride Celebration night at Fiserv Forum. The Pride Night package includes a ticket to the game and a Pride scarf. The first 10,000 fans to Fiserv will get a Pride beanie, and they're going to have a post-game celebration across the street at the Mecca from 9 until 11. Bucks and Nuggets tip off at 7 p.m.
This video is brought to you by Pure Talk, Pure Talk. Pure Talk is my cell phone company. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're sick of working with companies that do not show your values, i.e. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all of these companies like that, and then why are you with them? Switch to Pure Talk, veteran-owned customer services right here in the United States of America. And if you don't like it, you can get your money back. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm almost certain that you're going to like it and you're not going to even have to worry about it. Blazing fast data on one of the biggest networks in the United States of America. Fast data, unlimited talk, unlimited text for $30 a month. I would argue that's probably half of what you're spending on these big conglomerate companies that really don't serve your values. You could keep your phone, you could keep your phone number, and you could just switch to Pure Talk service. All you have to do is dial pound 250 and say Brandon Tatum. Pound 250, say Brandon Tatum. I'll say it for a third time. Pound 250, say Brandon Tatum, and switch to Pure Talk today. And ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to add, when you dial pound 250 and say Brandon Tatum, you get 50% off your first month's bill. Do it today. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live, make a video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video. Come on, share this video. Let's get into this. I wanted to address this one thing that I saw. My guy, Nick over here, was telling me about it. I mean, he's always on the sports thing. And he was telling me about the Milwaukee Bucks decided to do for Pride Month, Pride Week, a Pride event, a Pride Night. They want to have drag queens perform at the halftime show. Now, we do know that there's children there at the halftime shows. And they got drag queens. These dudes dress like women in a provocative sexual way. I'm going to roll the clip for the people that are watching and for the people that are listening. You got these people literally dancing with sexually provocative clothes in a sexually provocative way. They wearing wigs. They doing all kind of stuff. I mean, literally, these look like slutty women, but these are dudes dressed like women. And they doing it in front of your kids without your kids' consent. To be honest, I mean, I would say without their consent, they're unaware that this is going to happen and parents are exposing them to this. Let me just clear this up real quick. This is why I'm adamantly against the movement. Because why does Pride Month have to have anything to do with sexualizing anything? If this is not sinful sexual deviancy, then why is pride in your quote unquote sexuality has anything to do with sexual deviancy? Why can't this be women who are here just expressing themselves as women? But it's not women. These are men dressed like women. They're in drag. They're cross-dressing. And then they're being sexualized women as a persona. It's crazy to me. Now, let me just explain this to you. What if heterosexual people did this? Because you know sexuality comes in all different forms of fashion. I know people that want to sleep with everything that walk with two legs. That's of the human race. Now, what if you had heterosexual Pride Month? And people are going out there on the dance floor and expressing their sexual deviancy, the promiscuity. Some people like to do a lot of crazy sexual acts. What if they had on the stage, they doing bondage and all kind of tying people up and doing all that freaky stuff? Do you want? What if? I don't want to go too detailed on the radio because you know, I don't want to get too deep into it. But what if heterosexual people did stuff like this? You know, a strip club is a part of heterosexual experience, not a Christian heterosexual experience, but the world. Now, why don't they let women put up a pole right in the middle of the dance floor? I mean, right in the middle of the court and start bouncing it like they do at the strip club. Hiking it up in the 3-point stands like they do at the strip club. Why don't they let them do it like that? No, because that's inappropriate. But if you're LGBTQ, you can somehow strip and be slutty on the court with no repercussions. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. This is pointless and unacceptable. And I bet you the fans wasn't really familiar with this being a thing, but they did it anyway. And then also you got police officers coming out.
For me, as a member of the LGBTQ plus community, it brings a sense of pride.
Earlier in September, the Milwaukee Police Department released a Safe Place initiative, basically letting the LGBTQ community know that we are partnering with businesses and organizations so they have places they can go to specifically to report crime and feel safe while doing it.
I would say the Bucks are extremely important to citizens of Milwaukee for starters, but also Fiserv is centralized within the city, so it's kind of a beacon.
Basically, any business organization that wants to be involved with it can submit an application, and it gets reviewed, and if you're accepted into the program, you get the decal.
You know, on a regular day when I'm not working, you know, I'm still just a regular member of the community, so seeing those signs would make me feel safer as well.
Oh, we feel so comfortable and at home, you know, because they're expressing, you know, we feel good about it. You need to be doing your job. I don't give a F what you do in the bedroom. You need to be serving and protecting. And then just to looking at them officers that I saw on a little interview, y'all ain't finna do nothing. Y'all just got a uniform on just to be present. You ain't finna do no fighting. You ain't finna do no nothing. Y'all out here tripping. Anyway, I would love to see them at the academy in the Red Man fight. Probably should have fired them. Now, I'm not saying specifically them. I don't know their thing. But in a lot of cases, this is what happens. They hire these people because they're called affirmative action hires. They ain't got no business being police officers. They shouldn't be wearing a uniform. They there to be activists. They barely even made it through the academy, but they pushed them through because they need X amount of women on the police department. They need X amount of LGBTQ on the police department for representation. I used to be a police officer. I know that they do it. There's plenty of women should have been fired. Should have never had a badge. But they need X amount of women because they need diversity and inclusion. There were some Native people that became police officers. One girl shot, I don't know what she was thinking. She ended up shooting a gun accidentally. Thank God one of the officers was leaning over in his patrol car and the bullet went right through the headrest. If he hadn't leaned over to grab something off the floor or do something, it was no threat anywhere. She fires a shot off, went right through the headrest. They eventually fired her. But from when the guys were telling me that she should have been fired 100 years ago. Oh, but it's an affirmative action hire. You know, it's funny because police officers should be impartial. You don't get to wear pride stuff and have all you are a police officer. You are impartial. They're just like police officers going out and you at the worship service in your uniform, worshiping Buddha and worshiping Jesus and all these different things. That has no place on the police department. When you are in uniform, you are impartial representation of law enforcement. Your personal beliefs are irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I remember when I first got on the police department, I wanted to wear a cross under my name badge. They said, no, you can't put that on your uniform. And it made sense to me because I'm here to represent everybody. I'm not here to be biased. Now you talk to me about Jesus, you're going to get a sermon. But I'm not here to represent anything but the law. That's what I'm here to represent while I'm in uniform. When I'm outside of uniform, I do whatever I want to do. But it's okay to be an activist when you LGBTQ. It's crazy to me. Imagine a police officer at a strip club. Well, imagine a woman at a strip club, twerking as a police officer in full uniform on a podium at a strip club twerking. She'll get fired. But you can be a drag queen police officer and they'll love you and praise you and you get a raise on the job. This country has gone mad. And I'm going to call it out every chance I get. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Take it up with the Lord. I'll be back after the break.